Hey everybody, Scott here for GE300 videos. It's a new week. It is a very daunting task ahead of me. I'm going to try and do something that unheard of for me, and probably for a lot of people. Since the NAMM show is coming up, I wanted to have about a dozen demo songs created, and time is tight. I leave on the 17th, so 16 days to add 10 more songs. So I'm going to do a song a day, Monday through Friday, for the next 2 weeks. I finished the first one just a little while ago. So I'm going to have to get up early and work all day on each one. Showcasing different aspects of the GE300, different effects, different amp sounds, the whole 9 yards. Really giving you a good idea of what this thing can do. And for today's little tune, it's not so little. It's 2 minutes and 46 seconds. I want to try and keep around 2 minutes, but this one just got away from me. I never timed it. It runs on a little long. What are you going to do? So today's uses 2 presets, but eventually I'll work this into 1 preset because they're the same actual sound, but there's an effect added on one of them. They're both called Spongy Clean because it's a really fun, spongy kind of neck pickup lead kind of sound, cleanish. A little bit like John Scofield-esque, with some fun modulation happening on the delays, repeats. So I'll bring the camera over here, show you how I did them, and then demonstrate the sounds, and then play through the song. Whew! Shall we? Alrighty, here we are, the GE300. What is up with this one? I'm going to go left to right. Effects A. It's a low-pass filter, and it is sort of doing a tremolo-y kind of fun thing going on, and I'll demonstrate it for you. It's just got a really cool, slick sound that does something fun. Now, the next thing is the amp. US Gold 100 Clean, and I like this one because you can crank up the gain all the way and it doesn't get gainy. It just gets a little bit mildly saturated in a clean way. So you get this spongy kind of cleanness, which is what I call it. And that's what's up with everything else. Next thing over is the cab. We're using an own hammer, 112 Deluxe Reverb. And this one's interesting because I've set the low cut pretty high and the high cut pretty high as well. Actually low, if you think about it. But yeah, and it's a really cool, clean sound. I like it a lot. I'm using some noise gate. I prefer it because when I'm splitting the coils on this particular guitar, or on any guitar in this room, they can get a little noisy. So I add that, and it's not obstructing the sound or squeezing it off in any way. Now the EQ is doing some stuff. It's pulling down some lows and some mids. And effects B, detune. And what I did was I recorded a pair of guitars of the this track, this particular patch was recorded left and right with the Parker guitar. And on the first one I had the 11 cents up, and on the other one 11 cents down, panned them hard left and hard right. So I played this part 4 times on 2 guitars. And the reverb on this one is a spring. Now, with the Spongy Clean 2, the differences on this one is I wanted to make this one work for 2 of the sounds. So if you go to, this one also added compression. And what happens when you push the expression pedal forward, it goes from very little mix and gain, basically like it's not even there, to being a real presence in the sound and adding to that fun sponginess. I also made some changes within the amp model that do similar things. So you can see when I press this forward, we get, the gain doesn't change, but the bottom end comes back, because you'll notice when I play this particular one, there's practically no bottom end, no mid to it. And I've done some things to the cab as well, where when the expression's pulled back, the low cut is very high, so reducing the amount of low end that can come through, and then when it's pushed forward, the bottom end comes back and the high comes down. And same thing happens with the EQ. When we've got the expression pulled back, we're reducing a ton of bottom end and a ton of mids. And when we push it forward, those come back. So we get a nice, fat, clean lead sound. Good times. And on this one, effects B does basically the same thing. And when I press the expression pedal forward, the detune becomes less. And then there's a modulation delay on this one, just on the lead sound. And when I press the expression forward, because it, basically it goes to 0, so there's no delay during the rhythm parts, and then we get some feedback and some mix. Now let me demonstrate this, the individual patches, and then we'll go through the song. Cool. There you go, everybody. The first of hopefully 10 songs in 2 weeks. I know, kind of crazy, but the show's coming up. I want to have plenty of demo stuff ready to go and just, look like I know what I'm doing. So, I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. Yeah, just do that. come on back tomorrow for more. So, I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, rock on.